an actor sounds glamorous. Until you're overload, here are the shocking, disgusting, and downright wild moments when actors vomited on set. And no, it wasn't part of the script. Zoey Deutch set it up. Zoey Deutch thought eating pizza on camera would be the dream, but on the set of the Netflix rom-com Set It Up, things spiraled into a nightmare. Playing Harper Moore, Deutch had to film a scene devouring slices of pizza. Instead of using a spit bucket like most actors, she insisted on eating 4 whole pies, real pizza from her favorite New York joint. Director Claire Scanlon warned her, but Deutch didn't listen. She recalled, "I threw up violently halfway through the scene." To make matters worse, she had to continue filming with co-star Glenn Powell immediately afterward. Let's just say, it wasn't quite the steamy rom-com moment the script intended. Leonardo DiCaprio, The Wolf of Wall Street. Leave it to Leo to throw up with Oscar-worthy commitment. During the filming of The Wolf of Wall Street, there's a sushi scene that was only supposed to be a one-and-done moment, until Jonah Hill decided to ad-lib. Hill kept offering DiCaprio piece after piece of yellowtail sushi. Director Martin Scorsese loved it and demanded more takes.
Don't go all the way to the end now because you're going to have to take that. Don't take the sushi. Yeah. No, let's go to the end. No, I said, I don't think you really need to.
Dozens of takes later, DiCaprio had eaten so much raw fish that he ended up hunched over, puking into a trash can between shots. According to Hill, he was on the floor throwing up into a waste bin. That's method acting, gone too far. The cast of Top Gun Act 1. Millie Bobby Brown, Stranger Things. Eleven may be a super-powered badass, but Millie Bobby Brown has a very human weakness, motion sickness. While filming Stranger Things Season 3, Brown had to do wire stunts that sent her spinning midair. Sounds cool, until gravity kicks back in. She told The Sun, "I don't like climbing, and falling makes me feel sick." After a stunt where she twirled midair to depict Eleven using her powers, she puked off camera, and she's not shy about it. She joked in interviews, "I'm a nightmare." Even worse, she had to do more wire work for her 2024 film Damsel. That's dedication and a strong stomach. Mark Ruffalo, Now You See Me Too. Magic tricks and vomit don't usually go together, but here we are. On Now You See Me Too, Mark Ruffalo had just finished eating Woody Harrelson's fake cashew cheesecake, bad idea number 1, when he had to film a drowning stunt. He emerged from the water for a dramatic take, coughing, spluttering, and then projectile vomiting. His co-stars recoiled in horror. Jesse Eisenberg, Lizzie Kaplan, and Harrelson were treated to an unexpected magic trick, Ruffalo turning cheesecake and pool water into bile. Sydney Sweeney, Madame Web. Madame Web may have been a cinematic disaster, but for Sydney Sweeney, it was physically nauseating too. While shooting on one of the hottest days in Boston, Sweeney was wearing an unbearably thick wig and a full costume. Suddenly, she turned to the crew and said, "1 second," then hurled. She said, "I just started throwing up, and then I go, we're all good, we can keep going." That's professionalism with a side of heat stroke. Miyavi, Unbroken. Japanese rock star Miyavi took on a dark role in Angelina Jolie's Unbroken, playing a sadistic prison camp commander. To channel the darkness of his character, Miyavi forced himself to dive into painful, traumatic emotions. The mental toll was so heavy, he literally got sick on set. He told Vanity Fair, "It was awful torture. When I had to beat them, I had to think about protecting my family. The emotional weight triggered nausea and vomiting." But under Jolie's direction, Miyavi pushed through, turning pain into power. Jake Gyllenhaal, Spider-Man, Far From Home. Imagine filming a scene with Spider-Man, only to lose your lunch mid-shot. Jake Gyllenhaal, playing the mysterious Mysterio, had been battling a stomach bug all day. While filming a scene with Tom Holland, he couldn't hold it any longer and vomited right in the middle of a take, then kept acting. Gyllenhaal told the Graham Norton show, "I threw up in the middle of a take and kept going." Marvel magic? Maybe. CGI probably erased the evidence. Shailene Woodley, Adrift. Adrift was filmed almost entirely on open water, and Shailene Woodley's stomach wasn't having it. On Jimmy Kimmel Live, she revealed that nearly the whole cast and crew were seasick for most of the shoot.
Everybody, except for our director and our cinematographer, conveniently, was just, they were gone. We were gone.
That includes her co-star Sam Claflin. Imagine trying to act, hit your marks, and deliver lines while everyone around you is leaning over the edge of the boat. Not exactly smooth sailing. Archie Madekwe, Gran Turismo. Archie Madekwe had never driven a car before landing the lead in Gran Turismo. So imagine learning to race and vomit at the same time. After being thrust into real racing simulations, Madekwe quickly discovered he wasn't built for the track. He told Empire magazine, "There were multiple times I had to open the door and just throw up everywhere." He hasn't driven since, and who could blame him? The cast of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Filming the 1974 horror classic, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre was as horrifying as the movie itself. Temperatures soared past 115 degrees Fahrenheit. Actors wore the same unwashed costumes for days. Rotting animal carcasses filled the air with rancid smells. During a 26-hour shoot for the infamous dinner table scene, cast members were trapped in a small, suffocating set. The smell, the heat, the claustrophobia. Several actors vomited from sheer physical distress. The horror was very real. Danielle Harris, Halloween 5. Child actor Danielle Harris was just 11 when she filmed Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. On one crucial day, she had food poisoning but still had to shoot high-intensity chase scenes, running through woods and dodging cars. She said, "In between running and screaming and crying, as soon as they would yell 'cut,' I would throw up." But Harris didn't want to stop. She said, "Production doesn't stop for you." It's a horrifyingly professional move from someone barely old enough to ride the rides at a theme park. Johnny Lee Miller, T2 Trainspotting. Sometimes it's not the stunt or the sushi, it's the nerves. When Johnny Lee Miller reunited with his Trainspotting co-stars for the long-awaited sequel T2 Trainspotting, he was so overwhelmed during the first rehearsal that he ran to the bathroom and vomited. He said, "It just felt weirdly awfully appropriate." Considering the original film featured more bodily fluids than a hospital drama, it kind of was. Turns out, acting isn't just about talent, it's about stomach strength too. Which of these scenes made you queasy just hearing about it? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another wild behind-the-scenes story.